Hermetism repeats the same primordial symbolic tradition and the same association of these ideas, and the symbol of the tree is quite prevalent in alchemical texts. The tree shelters the fountain of Bernard of Treviso.
Then, for the sake of recreating my mind, fatigued with study, and inquiring for pleasant plains and meadows, I met with a most limpid little fountain, surrounded and fortified with a most beautiful stone in an oaken trunk, and enclosed within a wall, that brutes might not enter, nor birds make a bath for themselves there.
In whose center is the symbol of the dragon Ouroboros, who represents the all.
The Ouroboros is a highly recognizable symbol featuring either a snake or a dragon forming a circle by consuming its own tail. The oldest depiction of the Ouroboros was found in Tutankhamun's tomb. The image of Ouroboros is depicted twice in the engraving, at the head and again at the feet of a figure that is believed to be Ra Osiris. Within Gnosticism, an ancient religious sect that challenged the belief that the benevolent God created the world, the Ouroboros took on a new meaning, where it was seen to represent the infinite cycle of death and rebirth. It was also taken to be a symbol of fertility, as the tail of the Ouroboros was interpreted as a phallus, and the mouth the womb that receives a seed. Yet another Gnostic interpretation of Ouroboros sees it as symbolizing the demarcation points between earth and heaven, while other Gnostics saw it as a representation of the devil, who made this world and bars anyone from escaping it. Gnostics also saw the extreme ends of the Ouroboros as a symbol of the two distinct parts of humans, the spiritual and the earthly. And as the Ouroboros enclosed upon itself, it was taken as an emblem of the union between these two diverse aspects of ourselves. In the Greek school of thought called Hermeticism, the Ouroboros is taken as a reflection of the cyclic nature of death and rebirth, of destruction and creation, of transformation, as illustrated in the article Hermeticism and Cosmic Cycles, which states, the snake swallowing its own tail, and whose mouth is simultaneously a place of destruction and a source of generation. This is because the act of eating, digesting, is both destructive and generative, depending on the perspective one takes. The Ouroboros was later adopted by the alchemists, whose overall aims were to discover transmutation of metals, find the stone of knowledge, and discover the medium of eternal youth. Yet their obsession extended beyond the material realm and into the spiritual as well. Alchemists possessed a belief in the transmutation of the soul. The Ouroboros was a great symbol for alchemists' belief in the endless cycle of death and rebirth, a circle that the alchemists sought to be freed from. There are Vedic rituals within certain sects of Hinduism that are seen to be analogous to a snake consuming its own tail. Now, within Christianity, serpents have a bad reputation. After all, it was in the guise of a snake that the devil tempted Eve, and so serpents are synonymous with the devil. Some view the Ouroboros as a symbol of the false lies spread by the devil as well as a representation of the coming Antichrist. However, some Christians give the Ouroboros a less ominous interpretation, preferring to see it as a symbol of new life. Just as a snake sheds its own skin, so too do believers discard our old selves and become renewed through the resurrection of Jesus.
It personifies Mercury, either as the first principle of the Hermetic opus, equivalent to the divine water or water of life that gives resurrection to the dead and illuminates the son of Hermes, or else it represents the Lady of the Philosophers. But it also represents the dragon, that is, a dissolving force, a power that kills. The tree of the sun and the tree of the moon are also Hermetic symbols, something producing crowns in the place of fruits.